Breaking news, Christian Horner has been cleared of any wrongdoing in the investigation against him. And before we go into the ramifications of this, I just wanted to read to you the Red Bull statement in full. The independent investigation into the allegations made against Mr. Horner is complete, and Red Bull can confirm that the grievance has been dismissed. The complainant has a right of appeal. Red Bull is confident that the investigation has been fair, rigorous, and impartial. The investigation report is confidential and contains the private information of the parties and third parties who assisted in the investigation, and therefore we will not be commenting further out of respect for all concerned. Red Bull will continue striving to meet the highest workplace standards. The shocking news about the investigation into Christian Horner was leaked towards the beginning of this month. It was reported that an independent investigation had taken place following a complaint made by a female employee, the details of which were not made public at the time. There was plenty of rumours and speculation on exactly what it could be, but at no point was any more factual information provided. From the details of the investigation, we can now confirm that no mention was made in the evidence or the complaint regarding anything of a sexual nature, sexual messages or otherwise, which was something that was reported by the Telegraph previously. On February 9th, as part of the investigation that was initiated by Red Bull's partner company, Horner was interviewed by an external barrister with the intent to investigate the matter and then allow Red Bull to assess the findings. This was not a legal proceeding, it was an internal tribunal. The meeting was alleged to have taken place for 8 hours, starting at 10 a.m. and then finishing at 6 p.m. That itself is a very long meeting, which would imply that maybe the allegations weren't straightforward or the barrister was just being extremely thorough. The final report was said to contain 100 pieces of evidence, and Red Bull Racing was under a lot of pressure, not just from their parent company, but also from their partners to have a swift resolution in the investigation. Horner had emphatically denied any wrongdoing and had robustly defended himself when he was given the chance. But it was also suggested that a payout was offered to the woman in question for around $650,000. Ford, who will partner Red Bull in 2026 as part of the new engine regulations, demanded a swift and transparent investigation, saying they were frustrated about the lack of transparency surrounding the investigation. Ford are known for being a very family-run company, and they were pivotal in Red Bull for their engine regulations in 2026. They've partnered with them. It's a big change in the engine regulations. It's not a partner that Red Bull would want to lose. Throughout the whole investigation, it was made clear that this would go on a legal timescale. It wasn't on a Formula One timescale, which meant it wasn't going to be done by pre-season testing, maybe even not by the first race. As it happens, that has now been done. It was also said during the investigation that Horner should step down as CEO and team principal, which he decided not to. He refused. He was very clear that he'd done nothing wrong and therefore should not depart his role in the team while the investigation was ongoing. Innocent until proven guilty, and he'll say that he's now been vindicated after being cleared. He's been the team principal of Red Bull since 2005 now, meaning he was the longest standing team principal in Formula One. We know of the success of the Vettel era from 2010 to 2013, and then obviously the more recent Max Verstappen dominance. Despite being cleared, though, there is a real lack of transparency around the investigation that will maybe leave a sour taste in some people's mouths. I appreciate we have to protect the victim here and the person making the complaint, and I 100% appreciate that. But at no point has it been made clear what the complaint was, the nature of it, or anything like that. The transparency has essentially been, well, nil. And being so public and being so serious, it's a shame that we don't have any information to go on. Horner had already travelled out to Bahrain before this announcement was made public, so maybe he was either very confident or he'd already been told before he departed. Either way, Red Bull will be very happy that this matter is now behind them, and Formula One for that matter, because so many team principals have been asked about it. It's kind of really jumped forward into the spotlight of Formula One. But with no real details on what the accusations were, it might still linger in people's minds, rightly or wrongly, and they might get a feeling that this has been brushed under the carpet. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I'll see you next time.